Hello viewers, welcome to our program on immigration and you. I am your immigration attorney Michael Fulwani, and once again we have with us attorney David Nachman, my partner. David, welcome.
Thanks so much, Michael. Always a pleasure to be here with you.
I just want to say something.
It was a very big week, Michael. It was a big week for people from India, people from Pakistan. It was a celebration of independence.
So let us wish all of our viewers a very happy Independence Day. And please enjoy this weekend, which is
all the
very,
local
very
celebrations going on. We wish everyone the best, and obviously it probably conjures some incredible memories for many, many people, including you, Michael, I know.
Yeah, by the way, I think you should also talk, after I give this information, 14th of August, 1947, I was in actually the area which is now Pakistan. It's a place called Nawab Shah in that place. And that's when there was a Pakistani Independence Day parade on that 14th of August. And then the 15th of August is the Indian Independence Day. So since 47 onwards, this has been going on. And I had the occasion to watch both of the parades. And you wanted to say a few words?
I just wanted to say at that time I wasn't even a glimmer in my parents' eye. So.
All right, so basically what I was saying, something happened about last week. A client came to me for just a meeting, and it was like crying and eyes, basically all red. And I say, what is the problem? He says, I am here. I came to this country. I thought this is going to be a country of opportunity, and I will be coming here.
It is
Of course, I did come. I did come illegal in this country. But then it has been more 10, 15 years, and I've been really suffering. Suffering in the sense that, employers, exploit, because they make you work long hours, they pay little wages, they're always at the mercy. We are always afraid of coming out and afraid of being arrested by immigration and deported. My father died, I couldn't go. My mother died, I couldn't go back to India. My sister got married, I couldn't go. And it is such painful for me that I don't know what to do. I say, listen, all I can tell you in your situation, that probably CIR may pass someday, and then that may help you. But they said, you keep on talking about CIR and nothing ever happens, and that's a different issue for some other time. Today's program, I thought we should talk about what kind of life our people who are undocumented are living in this country, what they are going through, and we can also see in some situations there may be some options as well. So that's the issue. These people cannot travel back, as I say, back and over. And
we hear that from many clients.
The other problem also I forgot. Children, they have children that somehow they go to school because the law says they can go to school, even undocumented. But they cannot go to college. And there's a big problem there. They have no driver's license. They cannot drive the car. They do not have an ID. Let me tell you something interesting. ID, photo ID. A lot of people, I had recently 1 or 2 people who wanted to get married. They went to the marriage office and they said, you have photo ID? They said, no. They said, no, sorry, we cannot. That means they cannot get married. And all these hardships are causing their life, as you can imagine, you can think, you also, we are both see clients who are in this situation, isn't it?
Exactly.
So what could we do? The CIR is one, we understand CIR.
Exactly.
But if you guys watched the last program, last Saturday and Sunday, we had a very interesting program on how the Democrats are thinking and how the Republicans are thinking. If you haven't watched, basically you can maybe watch again on the UTV, or that will be available, that program. But what can you advise these people? One thing I always say, patience, please.
Right.
You want to go back? They say, forget it, I want to go back now. I say, yeah, you can go back, but years you have spent there in that hope. And you go back now, you will be subject to a 10-year bar, and if you have no means, no petition file, you will never see America again.
Exactly. So I think it's really important for us just to explain to our viewers what that actually means, because we obviously see people on a regular basis who say, I've had enough, I'm going home. So what really that does is it signals a form of self-deportation, which was written into the law in 1996 under what's called the 3- and 10-year bar. It's 212A9 sub 1 little Roman numeral 1, and little Roman numeral 2. Little Roman numeral 1, 212A91, is the 3-year bar. What that means is you've been in the United States after your 18th birthday in excess of 180 days. Then, if you remain in the United States for 365 days, then the 10-year bar applies. Now, what's interesting is the bars don't apply until they're triggered, and the trigger is the departure. So what happens is when an individual goes to the U.S. consulate abroad or tries to re-enter the United States, they're barred for 3 years and 10 years consecutively, depending upon the amount of time they've spent in the United States in what we call unauthorized status. So that's what Michael's referring to as the 3 and 10-year bar. Now, what we usually do, go ahead, yes, please.
What other things we can talk about, as I said earlier, driver license. By the way, there are some states who are issuing some kind of a second-degree kind of driver license, which is not be a federal thing, but local state thing. There are some states, in the U.S., which are giving ID cards. By the way, very good news. I just got this news 2 days ago that the mayor of New York City has said that starting January 2015, they may start giving ID cards to the people in New York. Hopefully the New Jersey may also follow that kind of thing. So this is one good news. Then the other thing is about DACA. Some, the students who came under the age of 16 and now are not over 31, and went to a school, they could apply for the DACA. And a lot of our viewers who are watching the program today have probably already done it, because we have been reminding all the time. But there are some children, couple of children I saw, they couldn't apply 2 years ago because one of the requirement is that you must be physically here for 5 years, but they have been 3 years. Now the time has passed by. So any child who couldn't apply before, but now he meets that 5-year residency requirement, can apply now?
That's, what they're saying is that in addition to DACA renewals, they're also taking first-time DACA applications on the new DACA form, which is the I-821D form, along with the I-765.
There's one other thing I'm thinking, and you can explain more to our people. Isn't there a U visa for victims of crimes? And they can get a permission to stay. Even they can get a green card also.
That's correct.
Can you please tell our viewers about the U visa?
Actually, what I'd like to do is just take one step backwards, Michael, because when we first pointed out the 3 and 10-year bar, what our viewers need to know is that in 1996, 1997, when that became law, the way around that, of course, was what was called 245I. And the 245I program was a program that was implemented by President Clinton. Some of you might remember it. And the deadline for a 245I case was, the April 30th of 2001. So if you made a proper filing with the USCIS, which proper filing would be like an I-130, an I-485, an I-140, labor certification application at that time. And if you have that case, even though, let's say that case is not a good case anymore, it doesn't really matter because you're grandfathered under 245I. Now, what's really nice is that even if that wasn't your case, let's say it was a case of your parents, you can still be grandfathered under 245I and get that benefit. So many of our clients come in and see us, and the first thing that we ask if they're out of status is, did either you or did a family member make a filing prior to April 30th of 2001? And if you did, you might be able to take advantage of that 245I grandfathering and use that benefit to go forward to get the green card now, because you don't have to leave the United States, which means then that there's no trigger to the bars, and you can actually get the green card here in the United States without departing. So that's one way in which it can be done.
Can I say a little more on that? So basically, if they're an undocumented alien who's here, those who entered legally with a visa, and then if they want to get married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, as long as that green card holder is in a valid status at the time of filing, that person, even if he has lived illegally for many years or worked even illegally, they can apply under Section 245A. If they entered legally, get a married to a citizen, they can adjust their status. They don't have to go back to get that 10-year bar.
That's correct.
The other thing is not only marriage. let's say a parent of a U.S. citizen, parent came in illegally, not illegally, illegally, but he remained overstayed and even working illegally, even overstaying illegally, even 10 years, 5 years, doesn't matter. The U.S. citizen can file for the father or the mother, or even children under 21, or a spouse, that's the IR category, correct, which permits in that. Correct. And the second option you just mentioned is Section 245I. Correct. Now, as long as that person who entered illegally, now border crossing also, he or anybody on his behalf filed a labor certification or an I-1 or any immigrant visa petition filed before January 98, before January 98 first, for January 14, 98, he qualifies under Section 245I and can adjust the status. But those people who came between January 14, 98 and April 30, 2001, there's one additional requirement. They also have to prove that they were physically in the present. U.S. on correct. December 20, 2000.
And that can be a little difficult sometimes.
But is there some, hopefully, they went to the doctors, they maybe had...
Yeah, we help them to try to figure out exactly what it is.
They had a parking ticket. I mean, exactly. Some documentation. Exactly. They went to attend the marriage. Photographs. Yeah. So, affidavits, some people right. supporting also. Exactly. So, these are some of the ways that people can adjust the status and a green card here right. in the U.S.
So it's very important to explore whether or not 245I is a potential option for you. Now, going back to what Michael mentioned before, the U visa is a very, very strong opportunity for individuals to be able to get status in the United States, because the U visa allows individuals who are victims of certain crimes or individuals who are cooperating with law enforcement agencies like police. Recently there was a publication which helped to clarify which organizations can do, can sign the Supplement B on the U visa application. And so what you could do is you can use the U visa to bring yourself back into status. And the U visa is good for 2 years, and then you can apply for the green card. So it's a really nice, powerful way to allow an individual who's entered the United States without status to be able to obtain their status in the United States. The U visa also, I think that what's really important is for people to understand that while there is a cap on the number of U visas that are granted each year, you can apply as soon as you can, and then what happens is the government will give you deferred action. And if they give you deferred action, of course, they're going to give you the work authorization card, and then you just have to wait in line until such time that they will consider your U visa application. So it's a very nice, powerful tool.
There's a little, this small topic on the side. I wanted to bring it because that has been a matter of concern for many Indians in the U.S. A lot of people have been calling and telling about the problems they are encountering in getting their Indian passports renewed or getting a duplicate passports, or even U.S. citizens trying to get a visitor visa or something. The problem really started with a outsourcing company called BLS, which did not manage it properly, as a result of which the American Indian consulate were having problems in dealing with it. So finally, they got rid of them, and there's a new company called Global something, and that company is struggling also because the BLS left so much of a mess that they are still handling and trying to do it. But it looks like it's still slow. Still people are going through these sufferings, and people who got a marriage, who got a death. There's, by the way, the good thing is Indian consulate does have an emergency that people could on a Saturdays generally or any day go in and apply an emergency directly without going through that.
Right. But I think we're just about out of time, Michael. So
basically what I'm saying, hopefully in the coming months that we are also collecting all the information through FIA, GPI, and then work with the consulates to resolve all these problems.
Exactly.
Well,
okay.
End of the program.
End of the program, but we'll be back 11:45 on Saturdays and Sundays. Please keep viewing our show, and we look forward to seeing our loyal viewers again. Thanks so much for tuning in today.
And David, thank you very much for watching the program, and thank all of you. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always contact us, and we're more than happy to respond to you. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Bye-bye now.